Hey everyone, what's up? Long time no see. So I'm back after months away. There's a lot of stuff going on, and honestly, I didn't have the motivation during all this stuff. I had surgery. I went to go visit some friends in Oklahoma. College has started, so I've been really busy with that. And some sad news, we've got to put my dog down this week. She's not doing so well, but she is really old, so there's just been a lot of stuff going on, but I figured, we should play something that isn't necessarily a horror game. It's kind of like a choose your own adventure type game. It's called Disturbed. It's all in black and white, and apparently it was hand drawn, and it's awesome. I've seen it all over YouTube, and it was recommended on Steam. It was like #1 on the recommends when I was looking up games. So, I'm really excited to share it with you guys. I think it's really, really cool. And I'm going to try to get through this quickly just because it's getting late and I do have to get up early. But I really wanted to show you guys. And I thought that this was a good choice for the month of October because Halloween's coming up and it's kind of a darker game. So I feel like we should just go ahead and get right into this. Another dull day passes as you struggle to manage your failing farm. Your crops are beginning to wilt and your cow is sick. For some time, the land has been very quiet. The air has grown thick and foul. Each passing day, you feel more uncertain if things will ever return to how they were before. Perhaps it is up to you. You've made up your mind. You are going to do something about it instead of sitting around bitching about it like a little schoolgirl. You stand in front of your humble home, pondering what you should do next. Let's go to the house. Entering the house, you feel a subtle uneasiness as if the growing blight outside has penetrated the walls of your safe haven. From what you see, however, everything is the same as you left it. Perhaps this may be a good time to just lay in bed and wish that your problems will just go away. You fight the notion, but the temptation is still there. Let's read the journal. Dear Journal, another usual day on the farm. The crops are growing with good health. Bethany is also doing quite... That's a weird way to spell Bethany. Is also doing quite well. Never disappointed with the milk she provides. If things continue to go well, I may be able to invest in more animals. A farmer can only be so social with a cow. Dear Journal, today has been an unfortunate day. Somebody broke into my shed and stole some things. I usually don't mind if someone steals a bite to eat from the garden, but to take my equipment? Well, I put a lock on the door and hid the key. Nobody will ever get into my stuff again. Dear Journal, I woke one night to a foul smell I have never come across before. I took a step outside to see what I could find, but I found nothing after searching about the farm. Whatever it is, it must be bad. I should make a trip into the city to see what this is about. Alright, you open the chest and find nothing more than a pile of papers. It seems you have less valuables than you anticipated. You close the chest. Well, that was lame. There's a lot of ways to die in this game, and there's achievements for each death. And one of them is to lay in the bed, and you literally just lay there and die. Like, you just give up on life. So, I haven't saved, so I can't show you guys. So, but I did see this one on the, on YouTube, so it's kind of funny. Like, I love that there's so many ways to die and that you're like rewarded for it. It's awesome. You stand in front of your humble home, pondering what you should do next. Let's check out the shed. You attempt to open the shed door, but the door won't budge. You remember locking it some time ago, but you can't remember what you did with the key. Oh, well, that's not gonna do me any good. Let's go to the crops. I want to save it. Yeah. A path divides the crops you have labored so hard to prosper these past months. Penetrating odor reminds you that plants are decaying away and time is running short. Let's go into the pen. A toxic fume burns your nose as you enter the pen. Your poor cow lays lifeless on the ground as a growing blight slowly begins to consume her body. You feel sick to your stomach as you stand here, especially as you stare at the black mushrooms that dot the ground. Oh, that's sad. Let's inspect the water. You inspect the water looking for anything abnormal. You notice that the water has a dark consistency to it. Dropping a stone into it, black particles from the bottom swirl about like a thunderstorm. Your face shrivels in disgust. I'm not gonna grab a mushroom because that's gonna kill me. A path divides the crops you have labored so hard to prosper these past months. A penetrating odor reminds you... Okay, so it's just the same thing. Let's follow the path. Let's go into the cave. Let's go further into the cave. Oh my god. Before you take your next step, a large bear emerges from the darkness. You realize that you have made a terrible mistake, even thinking that something helpful can be in here. I'm gonna fight you! You scan the ground and notice that there are numerous rocks you can grab to throw at the bear. You begin to do so as the bear approaches you. One after the other, you throw the rocks as hard as you can. The bear charges at you as you bend over to grab another rock. Tackling you to the ground, the bear bites into your neck. Your body quickly goes limp and you die. Your adventure ends here. Well, that was quite the adventure, I dare say. Let's just keep going. Let's continue down the path. Let's inspect the wagon. You look about the mess and find bits of food and clothes scattered about the scene. You notice a key on the ground during your search. You pick up the key and continue on your way. Alright. He's a kind fellow from what you recall. Maybe he is home. Let's inspect the shack. You walk toward the structure and knock on the door. You scratch the back of your head, figuring that the person that lives here is currently occupied, if not elsewhere. You remember picking up a key from the wagon and you use it on the door. Door unlocks. You decide to help yourself in. Observing the empty room, you realize something terrible must have taken place here. The room is a wreck, just like the wagon. You are overcome with fear as you think of the man that used to dwell here. Let's inspect the book. You pick up the book and start to flip through the pages. You discover that this is a journal. Reading a passage or two can't hurt. Today's trading went smoothly, thank goodness. What I am thrilled most about, however, is what one of my buddies mentioned to me at the conclusion of our day. Apparently there is a pond nearby that has some of the biggest fish in the region. With a good catch, I can make enough to move things forward. I was caught off guard when he mentioned that nobody has been able to catch any from there. I guess a typical fishing rod won't do the trick, but what can be done about it then? Something I'm intrigued about, I suppose. These past couple weeks have been really rough for me. My trading business has gone under and I have lost nearly everything I own. This has pushed me to extremes, but that can't be helped now. I am leaving this place forever, never to return. The land is dying and there is nothing but darkness here. Anyone reading this should leave all they can. You can't find a name to give this man, but regardless of the name, you got chills running down your spine. Okay, let's open the trap door. You observe the trap door and notice a lock keeping it closed. With the key, you unlock the hatch and get it open. Without thinking, you travel downward. Walking down the steps leading below, the air attacks your body with a piercing cold. You notice immediately that there is a woman chained to the wall. She doesn't seem to notice you as you study her. You feel darkness surround you as you stay in this awful place. Let's talk to her. You tremble as you try to form words in your mouth. You there, let me out of here. The pressure of such a demand makes you freeze. You take a moment to think about the situation before you respond. What got you locked up to begin with? You'll never believe me, even if I told you the truth. Something brought you here. Please have mercy on me. Oh, I'm not gonna free her. She's gonna kill me. I will not. No, don't go. With nothing else to interact with, you make your way up the stairs. Her laughing is cool. That was awesome. I like that. That's awesome. As you exit, you can hear the woman laugh behind you. The voice causes the shack to shake. You leave the shack as fast as you can. Yeah, I would. I'd be like, I'm out of here, bitches. You leave the shack and cross the bridge before something bad happens. You cross the bridge safely and continue down the trail. After all that has happened, you feel that you should take a moment to rest. You find a spot under the tree and sit down. Getting comfortable, you tilt your head back against the tree and gaze into the sky. Let's take a nap then if we're tired. Your eyes close and your body relaxes. You fall asleep within seconds. As your mind wanders, you see a blurry image. Oh, that's lovely. Very lovely. Good drawing, though, sir. Good drawing indeed. Details emerge as you gaze. You wonder who this might be. A bad feeling then overcomes you and you realize who this is. Try to wake yourself up. You wake up and jump to your feet, looking about yourself and your surroundings. All seems well. You can't help but feel fearful that something bad will happen to you if you stay here. Moving forward seems like the only logical option now. You reach a point where the trail splits into two paths. Which way should you go? Let's go left. Sometime you come to a stop. You notice that there's some sort of trail that leads to the grass. Let's go to the grass then. Inspect the grave. You approach the grave, you look at the sword. Before you can touch the sword, a ghostly figure appears before you. You freeze before the apparition. The sword, may I have it? The blade is cursed. I am bound here by the pain of my past. If you desire this sword, free me from it. You slowly motion for the sword. Fool, only something of a pure essence can free me. A rare hope, like a flower found in darkness. Alright, well, screw that then. Let's continue on. You pause to see that there is a lake nearby. The trail continues on your right. Let's inspect the lake. I'm gonna save real quick. Step near the lake and look down into it. It's an orb of some sort sitting on the bottom of the lake. There's something strange about it. Let's dive in. You close your eyes and jump into the lake. Oh! You open your eyes and see the stone sitting before you. You start to make your way towards it. And, of course, a piranha eats my face. Large fish comes into view, quickly notices you with its mouth stretched open. You try to leave at the surface, but the fish catches up to you. You quickly find yourself helpless before the creature. You close your eyes as the giant fish rips your body apart with its teeth. I feel like I'm just reading you guys a story. Like, that's all this is. It's literally like a book game. But it's cool. I like it. And if you guys want to be read a bedtime story, hell yeah, I'll do it. You die a very painful death. Oh, well, that's lovely. Thanks for that. Your adventure ends here. Well, that went according to plan. Yeah, let's get the F away from that. Continue along the trail? Yeah, let's go. Let's inspect the stone pillars. You stand before the large stones, arranged in the shape of a circle. In the center is a stone with what appears to be some sort of slot or hole. No doubt about it, something is meant to be placed there. Seeing that you can't do anything, you head back. Alright, let's explore the field real quick. Find yourself gazing over a grass field with hills rolling off into the distance. As if a trick upon your eyes, you see a unicorn run across the field. It disappears out of sight before you can do anything. Surely unique powers of a unicorn can help you with your quest, but there's clearly something wrong. If only there was a way to charm it. Alright, so we can't do anything here, so let's go back. Let's go back. Let's just continue down the path, and let's inspect the well. Okay, there's a coin resting against the wall of the well. Alright, is it if possible, you feel you should go down and take the coin. I don't trust that. We're gonna slip and fall and die. That's how this game do. Let's go back. Let's go right. And I think we should, okay, let's inspect the tree. Yeah, let's press the knob. So left, middle, right? No? Left, right, middle? No. Oh, nice! Nailed it. You hear the rumbling of rocks as the ground starts to shift underneath you. Everything goes dark and you sink below the surface. The hole above you seals up, trapping you underground. You find yourself with no evident way out, but the path before you into the darkness. Your only choice is to move forward. Onward! You see 3 separate paths within the walls of the cavern. Which path do you choose? I want to go right. Passageway divides before you. Where do you go? Let's go right again. Passageway soon ends with an enlarged mushroom sitting in front of you. A steady river of water flows between you and the mushroom. No. It's gonna kill me. Well, let's see. I'm pretty sure, like, everything kills you, basically, that isn't just, like, moving forward. Let's try it. You walk toward the mushroom as if there was something more than what meets the eye. Walking forward, you take a step into the water. To your dismay, your foot hits no bottom and you fall, and you reach to grab hold of the edge of the surface, but your body freezes stiff. Because it's cold or magic? You lose your sight completely as the chilling water... Okay, so it's cold. Sends your body into shock. Yeah, your adventure ends here. Always. Everything kills you. Let's go left. Screw that. Let's go right. As you make your way forward, you discover a large cavern. An old-looking ship rests against the edge of the lake with debris scattered about the surrounding area. Let's inspect the ship. You cautiously walk down toward the ship. Air is chilling and you fear it won't be a good idea to stay too long. The possibility of discovering something that can help you drives you to explore. I mean, yeah. You climb aboard the ship. As you take a moment to observe your surroundings, you are only welcomed, by the trickle of water brushing against the wood of the ship. Typo there. You move about to see where you can go. Every footstep you take feels heavy as you hear the sound of wood cracking under your feet. You feel the ship has been here for quite some time. You explore under the deck of the ship, but the sound of your footsteps bounce about the structure of the ship. Okay? From one room to another, you come to discover a kitchen. Although there is nothing unique about it, you feel you should take a moment to inspect it. You see a lone pot resting upon a dusty stovetop. You gaze downward and open the oven door. Nothing but ash filled the oven chamber. You close the oven door. You pull one out after another, finding that they have been emptied. Dust spreads about the air as you disturb their rest. Checking underneath, you discover a rusty knife resting on the floor. You find that there are plenty of hardened rat droppings dotting the edge of the wall. Oh, that's sexy. You take the knife in hopes that you may defend yourself with it. Alright. You continue your lonely tour of the ship, only to find that there is nothing of use or value. You make your way back to the deck and decide to continue your search. Again, you find nothing much but empty rooms left to remain in dark solitude. You discover a door with fancy markings about the woodwork. Perhaps this is where the captain resides. By the way, how am I seeing in this cave? What is happening? Am I like, do I have like super night vision? You discover the room of the captain. Unlike the other parts of the ship, everything seems to have been left alone in this room. Before you rests an old wooden desk with papers and assumed belongings of the captain. There's a small bed off near the corner of the room and some chairs in the other. You have a feeling deep down that you shouldn't take anything. Other than the lamp and other objects, there is a small stack of papers in contrast to a lone paper resting by itself. By the way, I hope this sounds okay. My Turtle Beach is broke again, and I'm not going to replace them again. That's the third time they broke with the exact same break, and it's just getting old. So I bought a new mic. I bought a new Snowball Ice mic, and unfortunately, I don't have any acoustic foam or like one of those little acoustic box things. So the sound quality is not going to be as good. I do apologize. Eventually, I will invest in those, but they're just so expensive. I can't do it right now. But hopefully, it doesn't sound too bad. I hope you guys are cool with it. It's all I got for now, anyways. You have a feeling deep down that you shouldn't take anything. Other than the lamp and other objects, there's a small stack of papers. Okay, so I did read that. Approaching the desk, you begin to inspect the papers resting on the desk. Peering about the pages of this collected pile of documents, you realize that most of these are personal notes or journal entries. You pick a few and begin to read. Day 7. The voyage has gone quite smooth as we begin our second week away from home. The spirits of the men are high as we anticipate the discovery of new lands that lie beyond our documented knowledge. It has been my dream to accomplish something world-changing. Together we move forward with full hearts and unbreakable spirits. Day 66. It has been just over 2 months out at sea, and we have yet to discover anything new. We have suffered through many storms, and sickness has plagued the ship recently. Several of my favorite crew have passed on to the next life. I see the growing doubt in the eyes of my fellow laborers as our voyage continues day after day. Food rations have been cut in half, in fears that we may have to turn back. I dare not let myself think of failure. Those men who have lost their lives, the sacrifices to make this voyage possible, I cannot let them be in vain. Day 91. It has come to roughly 3 months out here on the Endless Blue. With much pain, we have turned around. Yes, we are headed for Homeport. We have just enough food to make it back. I just hope we have a smooth journey back. The spirits of the crew are low and bitter due to our failure. I do not let myself get caught up in thinking of it. Truly, we did not intend for this to happen. Loan document. Notice to the crew. Due to our unexpected predicament, everyone is being split up into groups of 2 and 3. Scouting assignments will be given until we find a more habitable place to settle. For now, we must do what we can. Alright, seeing that there is little left to see, you take your leave. Alright. So that's it. So we go back. So now we can just go left. The only place we gotta go. Let's go left. And right. You struggle forward as the way before you becomes completely dark. You notice that there's a light off in the distance. I'm gonna say right here. Oh yeah. Just in case I screw up, I don't want to have to start over. Eventually make it into some sort of concrete room. Turning around, you see a hole in the wall where you came from. Your guess is that it wasn't part of the initial design. You turn around to see a door. There being little to nothing in the room, you decide to move on through the doorway. You find yourself in what looks like a basement. You turn about to discover that in each direction there is a door. Boxes of supplies and debris litter the floor corners of the room. You notice that there are several markings on the doors and floor, some of which scare you. You got a bad feeling about this place. Ooh, let's inspect the supplies, because that might help us get the coin. You walk about the room, browsing through the dust-covered storage. You find some rope in one of the boxes. It feels strong to the touch and has minimal wear. You decide to take the rope. Oh, nice. Enter a small room. There's a large cauldron in the center of the room with wood resting beneath. There is nothing on the shelves as if someone cleaned this place out. You look into the pot but find nothing in it. With nothing else to see, you exit the room. You walk up the steps. You enter a large room. The air is polluted with dust and spiderweb cover the wall and ceilings. Where should you go? Let's go outside. I want to go get that coin. Oh. Let's inspect the fountain. There's a dark haze about the fountain. The water is black and smell burns with every breath. Feel a slight pull toward the fountain as if it were calling for something. Ooh. You see an old statue of an angel that has been consumed by vines of thorn. The angel is holding a book in one hand, the other with one finger pointed up toward the sky. You feel best to leave the statue alone. Inspect the well. Alright, let's do this. Pull the rope you found earlier. Yeah, okay. So we use that to get it. You struggle to pull yourself up and out of the well, but you do so successfully. You then loosen the rope and store it away. Nice! So we're done there. We got that. Let's go right. Let's go to the gate. Now remember, this fountain said that it wanted something. As if it were calling for something. You pull out the coin you found and toss it into the water of the fountain. Because, like, a wishing fountain. So you throw the coin in. The coin disappears with a subtle splash. The water then fizzles for a moment, quickly returning to a lifeless state. Surely this must mean something. Maybe. So we need to go back into the cave because the knight said we have to find some light of hope or something. And we didn't explore the middle. Let's see, left, right. We didn't explore the middle path that was in here. So, alright. Let's go forward. You come to a divide. Which way do you go? Go right. You hear a subtle echo of shifting rocks before you. An eye appears before you as its gaze pierces the darkness. Before you can do anything, the tentacles burst from the ground and grip your body. It pulls you about, but you resist as much as you can. You remember the knife you have found and struggle to bring it out. With success, you hold the knife and begin to cut away the appendages that bind you. The room vibrates as you do cut, and the creature immediately leaves you alone. It takes you a moment to catch your breath. You come to a divide. Which way do you go? I said right. Let's go right, baby! The path you walk comes to an end. Before you shines a pillar of light. The light rests on a corpse that seems to have been here for quite some time. Near the corpse stands a lone flower. For some reason, you feel a hope enter your heart as you gaze upon the flower. Surely this flower will ease the pain of the specter. I wonder what his story is. Like, what is the knight's story? Why is he bound to that sword? What was his past? What happened? Like, I'm curious. You approach the flower and carefully pluck it from the ground. There's something special about this flower. Light continues to pierce through the darkness from an opening above. Surely this gives you some hope that not all is lost. Seeing that there is nothing else for you here, you turn around. Let's inspect the grave. You feel... Oh gosh, I accidentally realized I just skipped all that. I was clicking way too fast. I was trying to get past what I'd already seen. Well, crap. You feel a subtle breeze blow by as the figure fades away with the flower. Okay, so he took the flower from me. Alright, so that's what I figured. A faint whisper dances about the air. I am free, at last. You feel a sense of relief within you and reach for the sword. You now wield this special sword. Let's go back. I want to explore that other place some more. Let's go to the far door. The door struggles to move, but you enter into what appears to be a spider's den. The air is thick and the room is a mess of web and body parts. You notice that there are a couple items in the room that could be useful. If nothing else, there is a key on the ground that you will no doubt need. Before you can even act, a large spider falls from above. You have no doubt that it is hungry. Without hesitation, the spider attacks you. Pull out your sword and stab the spider as it lunges at you. Over and over again, you stab the monster. Each time it squeals in pain. That's spelled wrong. The spider flees into the darkness overhead. You hear it motioning about, possibly to strike again. Don't do it, spider. I'm gonna go Samwise Gamgee on your ass. You notice the key on the ground close by your feet. Before more trouble happens, you quickly grab the key and make it for the door. I'm out of here! Okay, downstairs just leads back to, the first room from the cave. Because we walked upstairs to get here. So let's go upstairs then, because the only other way is out. You discover what looks like a private library. There's a passageway before you with bookcases on the left and right. Let's browse the books. You take a moment to look at the books. Some of them catch your eye. Rituals of the Ancients. You flip around until something grabs your attention. Sorry guys, I'm a really, really fast reader. I always have been. Pillars of stone. Years before current times, there were unique religious practices that revolved the Stonehenge. It is said that these stones are lined up in a special way and often organized in a circular pattern. Organizing the stones this way unlocks an ancient power researchers still have trouble understanding. In the middle of the circle would be a stone or two for the keystone to rest on. Yep, told ya. This is the great mystery of this ancient practice. From ancient records, it is written that the energies from the surrounding stones channel their power into the keystone. You stop reading because the next page of the book has been torn out. Deception by magic. There's a bent page marking a section of the book. You turn to it. The art of charming is not necessarily limited to the instrument, but how the musician goes about playing given instrument. Some are definitely easier to use than others, and for skill such as this, there are a few instruments recommended. The harp is one of these recommended instruments, from vicious dogs to shy unicorns. The soothing voice of the harp can calm the troubled heart. Of course, not all creatures can fall for the simple trick, but it can mean the difference between life and death in some situations. Forgotten power. Flipping through the pages, there is one in particular that has ink markings all over it. Raw energy is a powerful substance not to be trifled with. It is merely myth that such energies exist. One does not simply stumble upon a pillar of godly power. One does not simply walk into Mordor. Even if such a fate is yours, or whatever he says. Bare hands cannot contain the force. It must be bent and channeled into a specially crafted vessel to carry it. There have been accounts across time of individuals possessing such power. Although they pass away as sand, their relics of power remain as powerful artifacts that nations around the world would fight for. Alright. Well, let's move forward then. You walk up more stairs. You pause as you notice a stone carving of a person praying that is attached to the wall. There's something odd about it, but you can't put your finger on it. With caution, you continue upstairs. You enter a strange room with a large globe centered about the room. There are windows that let the light shine through. You notice that there is a chest resting against the wall to the right. You also notice that there is another passageway like the previous room. Let's inspect the globe, since it put emphasis on that globe right there. You study the globe attached to the floor surface. The craft is made of metal, and there is fine detail in the grooves. There are various markings and names scattered across the globe. It takes you a moment, but you find a marking of where you are. Aramor. You notice that there are some hand-drawn markings within the area made with black ink. There must be something close by that has interested the author of these markings. To add to the mystery, there are similar markings on other areas around the globe. So I guess I can't do anything else with that, so let's just open the chest. Approaching the chest, you notice there's a lock fastened to it. With the key you found earlier, you try it out on the lock. The lock clicks loose and you open the chest. And I got a harp. So... Alright. You discover a small wooden harp resting on linen cloth. You take the harp and close the chest. So obviously I'm going to need to use that. Let's go downstairs then. Let's go figure out what we need to do with the globe and the harp. I'm pretty sure that we used the sword on the fish. Because killed the spider with it. So we'll need to kill the fish to get to the orb. Let's continue on. And then inspect the lake. And then let's dive in. A large fish comes into view. It quickly notices you with its mouth stretched open. You grab your sword and hold it close, pointed at the fish. The fish swims at you with haste. Just as it gets in range, you thrust the sword into the top of the mouth. The sword penetrates and goes through the forehead of the fish. It struggles about in pain as blood filters through the water. You pull the sword out and the fish retreats out of sight. You doubt it will live long. With the fish no longer a threat, you make your way to the orb. Holding it in your hands, you feel it vibrate as if there is energy inside it trying to break loose. This must be important. Let's continue. Okay, right here. Inspect the stone pillars. You remember the orb you found on the floor of the lake nearby. You place your orb into the slot carved into the center rock. The stone that surround you begin to glow. The light radiates and grows brighter. With a flash of light, your surroundings change. The ground no longer is grass. The newly discovered floor appears to be very old, as if crafted by somebody long ago. Rubble and stone near the edges of the platform also hint that this is an ancient place. Looking onward at the end of the pathway is a fountain of light. There seems to be no beginning or end, an endless power steadily flowing. You're amazed at such a sight. I'm not going to approach it, because remember the book talked about raw power and it said we need a vessel to contain it in? Well, the orb was just to activate it, but we don't have any way of containing it yet. Now seeing what secrets these stones contain, you know you can come back at a later time. Okay, yeah, so that right there is pretty obvious. Did we already explore the field? I think we should if we haven't. I can't remember if we did. You find yourself gazing over a grass field with hills rolling off into the distance. Hi, unicorn! As if a trick upon your eyes, you see a unicorn run across the field. It disappears out of sight before you can do anything. Unsure what is going on, you think of a way to tame the beast. Because the book said use the harp to tame unicorns and dogs. You suddenly remember the harp you found earlier. With the harp in hand, you pluck the strings. The soothing calm comes over you as you listen. The unicorn comes into view and stops before you. The unicorn glares at you and you begin to hear a faint voice in your head. Human, have ear for my words. A great evil has gripped these lands and it has rendered me powerless. You must find some way to stop it. I wish I could help you, but without my full power I can do little. What do you mean? How did you lose your powers? Did they take it from you? Like, I wonder what the unicorn's deal is. The fate of this land depends on you. And then it just leaves. Well, you could have helped me a little more than that, you jerk. Before you could speak, the unicorn turns and runs off again. You realize that you are alone to complete this quest of yours. This is no longer about saving your farm. You must save the whole land from the spreading darkness. You turn back as you question what you should do next. So the door behind us goes upstairs. We've already inspected the supplies. Left door... Let's see. Okay. So that just takes us... Whoops. Didn't mean to click that. So that just takes us back to the cave. So we only have the middle door left then. You enter a room full of metal cages. Before you is a hallway marked with questionable markings. You don't like the feeling you have about this place. Whatever was in these cages surely did not like to be locked up. You notice that there is an animal in the cage on the left of the room, but from the dark stains on its fur, it is dead. You cautiously walk down the hallway, entering a room with 2 cell doors. Oh, that's a cool looking drawing, dude. Before you can do anything, a large hound leaps in front of you. The beast doesn't look very vicious, but one wrong move can surely be the end of you. You pull out the harp and begin to pluck at the strings. The hound begins to wag its tail. Oh yeah, because the book, remember the book? It said unicorns and dogs. The hound begins to wag its tail. And to your surprise, the beast walks away as if it were charmed by the harp. You never gave it much thought how powerful music can be. And I love music, and I can vouch that it's quite powerful. Let's check the one on the right since it's open. You enter the cell on the right. You see a wooden table on its side, some debris on the floor, and a large hole in the corner of the room. Seeing nothing special, you motion towards the hole. You discover a passageway underground. Unfortunately, all you can see is it's see is fallen rock blocking the way through. Seeing that there is little you can do, you go back where you came. Okay, so that was useless. Let's go left. You open the door to find a skeleton positioned in the corner of the room. There's also bed and some chains attached to the wall. You have no doubt this individual was locked up for a long time. Man, that would suck. It's so bad. Inspecting the skeleton, you notice a ring on one of the bone fingers. There's a faint glow of light emanating from the ring as if it were magical. You may find such a ring useful. You take the ring and put it on with a perfect fit. Aw, snap! This is what we're going to use to contain the power. Seeing that there is nothing of interest here, you leave the cell. So we can continue forward. Yes, let's open the hatch. You open the hatch and pull yourself up. You have made it to the top of the tower. Before you is a stone of power resting upon an altar of rock. Dark vines have entangled the structure as if they were feeding off the energies of the stone. Your body begins to tremble as you stand before the stone. You definitely feel weaker being up here as if the stone is sapping away your energy. Can we destroy it yet? You grasp your sword with a firm grip and swing with your might to destroy the stone. The sword explodes into pieces as light bursts from the stone. You tremble in shock and the stone begins to feed off your fear. You can feel your life slipping away and you fall to the ground. Everything becomes black and your mind drifts away into nothing. You die a quick yet painful death. Your adventure ends here. Oh my god. Well, I guess that we're gonna harvest the power and destroy the stone with the power, huh? Inspect the stones. Blah, 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 blah. Let's get in there. Do the tang. Alright, now let's approach it. The light intrigues you and you walk toward it. Rays of light brush about you as if they are seeking to break away from its home. You remember the ring you have found and point it toward the light. Your hand trembles as light flows into it. Man, I can't draw a hand that good. He's a pretty good artist. Your hand trembles as light flows into it. Before you can think, the ring begins to burn and you stumble back. Light shines brightly from the ring. You notice a subtle warmth to it as you observe. You feel that you accomplished what you must do here. Alright, so I guess that's it here. So let's go back, and now we can destroy that dingle. Alright, and here we are. Destroy the dingle. You will die, dingle! Oh, man. I'm going Green Lantern on this shit. You stretch forth your fist and point the ring at the stone. You can feel resistance as if the stone is trying to defend itself. You try to keep hope and focus on the ring. A burst of light shoots out from the ring, penetrating the stone. You feel the very air shake about it. The ground beneath your feet begins to vibrate. The ring becomes heavier to hold in place, but you know that it is working. You feel confidence and a sense of joy sweep over you. The light intensifies, nearly blinding you. The ground beneath you shakes violently as if the tower itself was trying to stop you. What little fear in you becomes powerless as you focus on your task. Everything goes white, blinding you completely. A weird sensation comes over you and you feel as light as a feather. You begin to feel a tingling sensation all over your body as you hone your senses. The feeling suddenly flees your body and you find yourself motionless. Everything is cold and your ability to concentrate begins to leave you. You open your eyes, witnessing what was left of the tower. You begin to feel something. Warmth. Light. It is coming back. You lack the strength to talk as the unicorn comes into view. Light emanates from the horn on its head. All you can do is smile as the creature approaches. The light intensifies. You may have saved the land, but the unicorn has come to save you. Your adventure does not end here. Aww! And that's the end, guys! That was so cool! I like it because it's sweet, simple, short, and to the point. I love the art style. I liked that there wasn't any music. It kind of allows me to get into the reading a little more, kind of focus more on what I'm doing if there's not music blaring in my ears the whole time. I loved it. I thought it was really cool. I just love the art style. I love how dark it is, how somber it is. It feels like the land's been taken over by a plague, and I don't know, that was really enjoyable. It was definitely a changing game, and it felt good. Before I go, I wanted to let you guys know, I will be doing a video on the new ARK content. That'll be coming out, tomorrow. Assuming that it comes out on time, it'll be tomorrow, because I do have fall break coming up, so I'll have some extra time to get homework done and whatnot. And also, if you guys want, I play Paragon, and I've streamed it a couple times now, only like twice. But if you guys want me to stream games, let me know. I can stream Paragon or ARK or whatever you guys want to see. I enjoy it. It actually works better with my school schedule, so if you guys want that, let me know. Once again, you guys are amazing. Thanks for your support. You guys stuck by me during my absence. Just phenomenal. You're all phenomenal. I adore you guys. Thank you so much for your support. I could not be more grateful. So anyways, I'm going to end it here. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.